What's your favorite verse these days?
It is Psalm 23.
Oh, okay.
And
That's a
the
common one.
interesting thing about Psalm 23, which for those that are not familiar, you will be as soon as I start to say it. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Now, when I wasn't familiar with the Bible, I thought this was a scary script. This was a scary verse because it says somewhere in there, I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. So looking at it now in the chapter that my husband and I are in right now, it's a whole different thing. Because when it says, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, that actually is an encouragement to not feel discouraged. We shall not want. We shall not be in need of the things that are required in order to make us healthy and happy. He makes me to lie down in green pastures and leads me beside still waters. Still waters, water in a lot of contexts is referred to as if it was a reference to emotion. And a lot of the work that I do helps people with emotional regulation. So when I see the line leads me beside still waters, it's more than just being able to be calm. It's actually understanding that no, if you are in the valley of the shadow of death, you still can have that peace. You can still control your emotions and not have them control you and reach the outcome that you're looking for. I walked through the valley of the shadow of death. The important word there that I came up with was the word shadow. It's the shadow of death. That was the scary part for me when I first started looking. It's like, oh, that's when people say at funerals, right? And it's
Yeah.
yeah.
So I do funerals, as you know,
Yes, I
hundreds
do.
of them, and this is
Yeah,
the one they want all the time. This is
yeah,
probably the number one. Do that Psalm 23.
right.
And
And it used to seem
yeah.
depressing to me. It used to seem depressing, and it's not anymore. I actually find it really comforting and empowering, and it keeps me with my head lifted, which is interesting.
So everybody has a different kind of walk that way. When did you start to get into the Bible and start to look at it? What was your process?
Interestingly enough, I was raised going to church. My mother chose a specific church. My father didn't really align with that church, but it was easier to go to where my mother wanted to go. And I asked a lot of questions in that church, and they were not answered. So I went as I became an adult. I left. My father actually, once I left home, did go. I was the last kid to leave, so he did go back to his church actually. And his Bible, every time I come home, would be more and more worn. And so he was actually part of the impetus of me to start looking at the Bible again. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I explored other things. You know, I had a lot of different ideas that I wanted to just try out and see. Some of them were really short lived, and some of them I stayed with a little bit longer. I was fascinated by the Native American beliefs because I have such appreciation for the natural world. And in the end, I remember things went from feeling pretty good, working a lot, having things all seem to kind of be in place to God saying, yeah, we need to teach her a little something. And I ended up homeless, sleeping on an air mattress in the back room of a friend's house who was gracious enough to let me live there. But it was not pleasant. I felt like I had lost everything. And at that point, I had a pastor say, would you like to accept Jesus? And I said, this is actually what I said. It's not glamorous. It's not pretty. What the hell? Nothing else has worked. God will meet you where you are. That's
Oh my!